So I think two important things, right, for BankBazaar as a business. One is customers in Asian markets have the same requirements and needs and gaps that Indian customers are facing. You have a plethora of options out there amongst financial products, and you need a neutral platform to be able to help customers access the right financial product, not the product that's right for the manufacturer, but the right product for the customer, depending on the life stage. Over the last 7 years, right, BankBazaar has built an award-winning platform in India. So, for example, just last week we won the IAMI award for the best financial website in India. So we've done a lot of work in terms of innovating and delivering world-class products built in India, and we're now taking that internationally, starting with a head office in Singapore. So we're setting base in Singapore, making use of the government and regulators' support in Singapore, and then we're going to be spreading across the Asian markets.
Adhil, how are you going to ensure, management bandwidth in such a mature market? What plans have you put in place there?
So we've made some really strong hiring, right? Because I think that sets the DNA for the culture that builds internationally. So we brought on board Aman Narain. So Aman was previously the global head of digital banking at Standard Chartered Bank. So he spent about 15 years there managing their direct-to-customer channels, including internet, ATM, and any other direct channel which reaches out to the customer. So he's worked across, 3 continents, built successful global-sized channels, and now it's very exciting to see a very senior, experienced professional like him, right, now don his startup hat and drive our international foray as the CEO of the international BankBazaar business.
All right, Adhil, let's get back home to India. Then tell us what's the kind of traction you're witnessing over here, and what's your sense, in terms of the size of the market at this point in time?
So, Krishna, currently we're at 50 lakh visitors a month, right? We were at 10 lakh visitors a month when Sequoia invested, and now, we've scaled it up to about 50 lakh. In India today, right, there's an interesting double phenomenon which is driving the fintech tsunami, right? So one phenomenon is customers, whenever they have a question, rather than talk to their parents' banker or talk to their friends, right? They just pull out their smartphone and they say, hey, which is the best credit card for me? Which is the best mutual fund for me? So the phenomenon of the smartphone, right, becoming our access to information is increasing dramatically. So I think we've all seen the reports which say that now there are about 300 million smartphone internet users. One can debate how many of these are really active, but the phenomenon of people coming online is increasing dramatically. Secondly, and more importantly, right, is financial institutions are investing deeply in tech automation. So they're trying to say, how can I use eKYC? How can I use Aadhaar? How can I use some way of making this process more automated so I can deliver it on the smartphone? Now, because of these two waves, right, there is almost like a tsunami being created, which BankBazaar is looking to ride, which says when consumers come online, when banks digitize, how do you create a paperless user experience for financial services? So if I'm in a town somewhere and I want a mutual fund, can I just apply on my phone, give my eKYC, and 30,000 rupees of SIP be purchased and delivered in my phone in 30 minutes. Now that kind of reality, right, is coming to India very soon. And what we're trying to do is speed up the process to bring that kind of paperless transactions to India.
Adhil, the one question that everybody likes asking websites, what plans do you have as far as monetization is concerned?
Got it. So, our monetization is we don't charge the customer anything. So, while we have 50 lakh visitors who come to the site every month, there's no charge that we charge them to access the right financial product. We monetize via our relationship with the banks, and the banks are actually quite happy to share with us a small fee for the business that we generate. The reason being that when BankBazaar is used, right, there's no physical infrastructure, there's no branch, there's no people, there's no requirement for audit. It's just a very lean digital delivery paperless structure. Now that generates a lot of savings for the bank. Now a small portion of that savings, right, gets passed on to BankBazaar, which is how we monetize our business model.
All right, Adhil, on that note, I'm going to ask you one last question before letting you go. Do banks with standalone sites have an advantage at this point in time in the online fintech market? How does BankBazaar compete with them?
That's a great question, right? I think there are two types of consumers in India today. So the consumers who come to BankBazaar, right, are the people who are looking for the right customized offer for them. So they realize that there are 50 financial institutions out there, and they're trying to say that, hey, I want a car loan, or I want a fixed deposit, or I want a debit card, or I want a credit card. And they're trying to say, hey, between the 50 financial institutions, which product is right for me? Now, interestingly, on BankBazaar, right, data shows us that 85% of the people applying to a particular financial institution on BankBazaar have no prior relationship with that financial institution. I repeat, right? 85% of the people applying to a particular financial institution in BankBazaar have no prior relationship with that institution. So what appears to be happening, right, is they're choosing the offer which is most customized to them. However, I think customers who are loyal to a brand, and there are quite a few of them, will continue to interact with the bank's website or the manufacturer's website or the branch or the DSA, and that will continue to happen. So we think that there are two types of customers. Now, the interesting thing about the customer who looks to compare, right, I think it's deep within the Indian consumer psyche. We want to see what is the best customized offer for me. So me as an individual, right, I have a home loan from a particular bank, a car loan from a particular bank, a savings account from a particular bank, and a mutual fund with a different institution. And I actually do it because I took the best offer available at any point in time. So when I was taking my car loan, I tabulated everything. I said, what's happening? I went online, I applied, I got, instant approval, and I went forward. And I think the bucket of customers who want this ability to access the right product among 50 institutions, I think that bucket is growing rapidly. And I think BankBazaar's growth, right, is proof of that.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.